Hey guys, Indiana here. We're back again for another movie review. Today we're doing Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. It was directed by George Lucas. It had a runtime of 142 minutes. It was released on May 16th, 2002. It was budgeted at $115 million and a box office success of $409.4 million. Alright, so, Attack of the Clones gets a lot of crap, but you can't deny that it was an improvement from Episode 1. And, they were trying to make everything different, so, from the original trilogy, so you can't fault them there. Some of the worst flank it gets is the dialogue. Put yourself in their shoes, though. I'm really trying to defend this fast, because I know everybody wants a shorter movie review. So think about it. You're a part of this super established world. You're playing, some younger actors are playing, very respected characters who've already had an actor play them, like Darth Vader or, Obi-Wan. And let's not get it wrong, these movies had some great actors and actresses. Natalie Portman, Ian McGregor, Hayden, I'll give it to him. Samuel Jackson. But are you going to argue with George Lucas about Star Wars lines to change them up, sound them more fluid? Not when most of these actors and actresses were pretty young when this happened. And this was probably a big thing for them. Being a part of this universe, being a part of something this big. It wasn't like when they made the original trilogy. George Lucas said he's not a good dialogue writer. He's just not good at it. He has a story. He's a great storyteller, but he's just not a good, not a good line giver. Let's say that. Harrison Ford even changed some of his lines to make them sound better. Mark Hamill did the same thing prior. Carrie Fisher probably did the same thing. The list goes on. They probably were able to edit it and move around it because it wasn't the cultural phenomenon it is today. And I think a lot of people kind of forget about that and just kind of throw these poor people under the bus because they probably didn't want to argue with George Lucas. And, no matter how much crap George Lucas gets, he told a great story here. If you want to get the true feeling of the prequels, watch the Star Wars Clone Wars TV show. George had to cover 30 years in the span of 3 films. Between this film and the first film, Attack of the Clones happens 10 years after Phantom Menace. That's a lot of storytelling there. And a lot of things happen. Characters change in 10 years, A lot of things happen, Natalie Portman was 18 in the first film. And I know 10 years didn't really go by. But, let's put her character in there. So 10 years has passed since you've seen Annie. Annie's now 18. You are now maybe in your late 20s. I've seen weirder differences in age and life. And so that's not really that weird, thinking about it. There is a person that's, in college and, their future wife might be in middle school still. So it's not really that big of a jump. That's happened in today's culture a lot. So I'm just not going to defend that a lot and just move on past that. But, I think a lot of people give the prequels crap. I didn't realize how echo it was in my living room while I'm filming this and my fireplace burning in the background. Whew. But in all honesty, Episode 2 is a good Star Wars film. It mixes crime, mystery, and, love story pretty well. Now, the love story is pretty weak. I think if the actor and actresses, Hayden and Natalie, kind of maybe changed some of their dialogue, they probably could have made it work better. But, you can't give them much crap. They were pretty young at the time. And, of course, as I said, who's going to argue with George Lucas? And I'm defending this film a lot because in the next video, I just want to praise Episode 3 because this is the best one out of the prequels by far. And go ahead and get the defending the prequel trilogy out of the way. Because, this is a good film. I enjoy watching this film. Every year when I watch all the Star Wars films, I love watching Episode 2. You feel the start of something greater happening by the end of the film. Like, if this was the start of the prequel trilogy and you had 2 more films after this, I feel like it would have been a lot better received. And I don't get me wrong, I'm not crapping on Episode 1 because I still like Episode 1. But, if you started at Episode 2 and had 2 more episodes, and then, you had Revenge of the Sith as that conclusion, I feel like there would have been a lot more great things we could have discovered, and that's why the TV show is there. But, I'm getting off track. I really enjoy it, and I think it's a good Star Wars film, and so that the rating of this Star Wars film, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, is a 3-star rating. That's good in my book. A 3-star rating out of 5 is really good. So, of course, I think it's a great movie to watch. If you're trying to dig into the mythos of Star Wars before the original trilogy and you didn't like 1, watch 2. It's a great way to dig into it. Then watch the Clone Wars, and then watch 3. If you watch Episode 2 and then go watch all the Clone Wars and then watch 3, I've done it before, it is fantastic. You've digged in these characters so much then, and you have a better appreciation for everything that happens in there. It's amazing. I want to thank everybody for the love on the compo video I had up today. It has got the most views my channel's gotten a little bit, and I've gotten a lot of love from YouTubers and friends alike and fans. So I want to thank you guys a lot. Thank you for watching. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you're new. And until the next video, which is tomorrow, I will see you guys later. Peace.